Hey everybody, J.R. Fisher here, and I wanted to talk to you about how to run a business with zero risk. No risk whatsoever. Nothing. No risk. But I want to share a story with you first. I had somebody come to me the other day, and we were talking about marketing, and we were talking about sales funnels and how they can market their product. And they had this tool, and I won't say what it is because you may see it in the market, but they had this tool, and they had developed the packaging for it, and they were going to sell it. They had it manufactured. They spent a lot of money on inventory, so they had all this inventory, and they had it manufactured in China, which is fine. And they came to me and they said, well, I want to sell this, but I don't know how to go about it. And I said, well, I would suggest the thing you want to do is, run some ads. Run some ads to a couple pages and, test out some audiences and test out some different offers and, see what you get. And they were like, well, no, I'm not going to do that. I could lose money. I mean, if I run a bunch of ads and they don't work, then what? And, they had a point, and the point was they didn't want to have any risk whatsoever. And that was the title of this video, but you may have guessed that that's impossible. You can't run a business and have zero risk. People who don't want to have any risk shouldn't leave their house. I mean, I'm driving down Interstate 15 right now in Southern California heading north, and there's thousands of cars around me. It's risky, okay? It's risky. And some of these drivers, they may not be good at what they do. Have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen any drivers in your town where they weren't really that good at driving? And it's funny because I travel to a lot of different towns, and almost inevitably in every town they'll tell me, the drivers here are really bad. And I'm feeling like some of those people who are driving down the road complaining of other drivers may be bad drivers too. Is that possible? No? Maybe? Here's the point. If you want to run a business, oh, by the way, the person that didn't want to run ads, did you catch the part? They spent all the money on inventory first. They had all these products made, and they had no customers whatsoever. That's funny stuff, right? But the thing is, if you're going to run a business, you're going to run risk. I mean, being born is a risk. I mean, you've got skin that is going to protect you from bacteria, or most of it. But then again, you get vaccines, don't you? And you take precautions, and you try to wash your hands. You try to do these things because you want to mitigate that risk. And that's what you've got to do with your business too, is you got to mitigate that risk a little bit. But there's no avoiding risk. It's just not going to happen. You're going to have risk. You're going to have to spend money. And I guess the way to win at it is to know what to do when it goes wrong. Okay? So if you know what to do when it goes wrong, you can make adjustments. You can learn from that risk, those mistakes, those losses, those failures, whatever you want to call them. And then you can do better. And that's how it works. Guy next to me can't drive, by the way. He's terrible. He's just all over the place. So what I'm telling you is don't try to avoid risk. As a matter of fact, you need to take risk. And the more risk you take, the more opportunities you're going to find. And the more times you're going to win, but you're going to lose more too. So you got to kind of weigh that out. Now, if you don't want to take any risk, I would suggest what you do is you go into your bedroom and you sit in there and you don't do anything at all. I mean, you don't do anything. You don't leave that room. But there's always the chance that ceiling could fall in, right? And then you've gained nothing because you stayed in your room all the time. Realize you got to take risk. Just thought I would share that with you today. Wonder what that guy's going to do with all those products that he had made in China. We'll see. We'll see. Talk to you later.